show. You all know it, you all love it, and today we are joined by the wonderful team that are making the magic behind it. All of these busy people joining us here in the studio today.
Very good, very good.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello. Why don't you all introduce yourselves? Start here.
Hello, my name is Adam. I'm director of RASA Studios, and I provide commentary, or someone very close to me provides commentary on the Noxsquad game show in the form of Jimmy McGee. But yeah, I've been doing this for, God, how long have I been doing this for? I mean, we're nearly 10 years old. How long? You thought I would prepare for this?
I'm going to go with 8.
We're going with 8. We've done this a long time. I've been part of the Nox crew and then obviously the RASA community for quite a while. But yeah, outside of that, I do esports commentary and the like. So yeah, that's my role here.
Amazing. Chelsea?
Hello, hi, I'm Chelsea. I am the big boss lady, as I suppose I would be called. CEO, if you want to get all fancy. In Gameshow, I'm the person that does all the counting and tells everybody kind of what to do, so everyone kind of listens to me. In real life, I teach tiny humans, and I'm a teacher, so I spend my real life time telling children what to do, and then in my spare time, I tell adults what to do.
Let's be honest, we're children as well.
I was going to say, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Exactly. Rumple.
Hi, I'm Rumpel, or Benedict. I'm a producer for RASA Studios, and in the game show, I am the show caller, so I decide what goes onto the stream, and when it happens, coordinating all the production team. Been a part of RASA Studios for 3.5 years now, which...
You're the baby.
I'm the baby.
Little baby.
Yes, and I got into RASA by, playing Noxsquad Game Show on Cubed.
Was it the first cube that we did?
It was the first cube. It was 4
Yeah,
years
it was.
ago,
Wow.
2020, and that's how I got involved with RASA.
My gosh, that's amazing. We also have some people joining us live on Discord as well. If you would guys like to introduce yourselves, starting with Stuart.
Oh, hello. I am Stuart. I am the project manager for the Noxsquad Game Show. And when I'm not doing Noxsquad Game Show, I just consult. That's what I do for RASA.
Nice. Well done. Jamie?
Yeah, hello. I'm here. I'm Jammy, and I was typing and didn't hear the question.
Introduce yourself, my friend. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, my friend. I am Jammy, and I press buttons. That's mostly what I do during game shows. I press buttons and I panic.
And I believe we have one more person sat in the call to join us. Introduce yourself, my friend.
I think you just avoided saying my username.
She did.
I didn't want to get it wrong, so I thought I won't say it at all.
There is no way to get this name wrong. It was never meant to be pronounced. Anyway, I am Grant. I am one of the programmers behind the scenes during the live show. I am the person who lets you hear what the teams are saying.
Amazing. Well, thank you all for introducing yourselves. So, what is RASA? Why don't you tell us all about it?
I guess I'll take this one. So
You're not starting with the small question.
yeah, the big old question.
The CEO takes that question.
Yes, absolutely.
So RASA is kind of like a Minecraft map making and production team. So we kind of have two sides to the coin. We are marketplace partners, so we produce maps for the marketplace on Bedrock Edition. Titles such as Crab Cove, Jungle Royale, Heistmeisters, another one coming out very, very soon. That you can download, you can play on the Minecraft marketplace. So that's kind of one side. The other side is kind of our production side. So that's things like the Noxsquad Game Show, where we do these big IRL productions. But since we have expanded out to do things like Taskmaster, so we did our very own version of that. And another project, very hush-hush, that I can't talk about, coming soon on that kind of production side. There's kind of, I guess, a little third bubble. We don't do this just because we're like a team. We're friends as well. So this was all formed out of a friendship. And that's kind of, I guess, the heart of it all. So we're friends doing fun things in Minecraft and in real life.
Answered my next question there of how did it form?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of mentioned it in the open as well. Like we all came clearly because of the name Noxsquad, we came from the Nox crew because we all met through there. I was on their game show way back in the day. I figured out it was 10 years ago that we actually recorded that.
Wow.
Because we were doing a charity stream last night, and someone in the chat said during my segment, I used to watch the Nox crew game show when I was little. And I'm like,
Do you want to know something? I used to watch
Oh,
the
no.
Noxsquad game show when I was 11 years old.
oh no, I recorded that when I was 18. I'm
22
I'm
now.
28 now, so that's put a lot in perspective for me.
How to make you feel old.
It really does. I mean, they make me feel old every single day. So. But yeah, we kind of, because of the Nox Crew game show and their community, we all kind of got to know each other off the back of that, and we wanted to start making our own games because we were just obsessed with the game show back in the day. Still are, obviously, because we're doing our own version. But we wanted to make our own games, play some of the games that they had made as well. And then it just got to the point where we were like, oh, we've got enough to run our own show. Why don't we do that? And we did it as a live show. I think it was just from Noxite's perspective.
Yeah, we got him on. So Noxite, Avondale, and Maywolf, kind of, I guess, the big three names, playing against Noctis, Neon, and Burning. So Noctis, you might know as the community manager for Nox Crew. So it was all just from Noxite's perspective. And I want to say, Jamie and Stu might correct me here, I want to say it was live 3 the first time we did our own camera perspectives, but it might be live 4.
Oh, there's no need to correct you if you're right.
You've both just disagreed.
That's because I'm right. Live 3 was recorded from the perspective of cameras for the first time. Live 4 was the first, fans show.
Yes, so...
Actually, no, there were fans in 3 of it, but 4 was the one where we had a new factory. 4 was a big one.
4 was from our channel as well, wasn't it? That was the other big difference.
Yeah, it was the first one on our channel.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, so we kind of branched out away from them when we did 4. I mean, this show is number 11. So we did live 4, and then we kind of went, oh, let's do what they did. Let's produce a full season. So we recorded a full season, edited a full season. That took 2 years. Live 5 was then the community matchup to go with season 1. And then you have Live 6, which was the very first Cube 2020, which feels like a very, very long time ago.
Oh,
It
doesn't
really
it
does.
just?
Yeah. I can't believe it was live episode 6 that we did our first Cube. I thought it was sooner than that. I
It
thought
feels
it was
like you guys have
7 or
been
8.
here for ages.
It does feel like that. I mean, this is really the only outlet that we have to do the show these days. Obviously, we'd love to do it off our own backs, but I mean, Cubed have the perfect platform for us with guests coming in every year. We get different people. I mean, this year obviously we've got a couple of people returning. I know we'll talk about tomorrow's game show a little bit later on, probably,
Indeed.
but. Cubed have just given us the outlet because we all still love game show. I mean, like what Chelsea said, with everything in the marketplace and everything else that we're doing at RASA for the moment, we obviously it's all spawned from game show, and we still have that passion to do game show, and we it's our bread and butter. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you'll see in the maps that we make as well are somewhat inspired from what we have done in game show in the last 7, 8 years.
Yeah, Wacky Pad, for example, which is a game show game, also exists in Crab Cove Carnival. So we kind of adapted it to make it work in a single player way. Kind of, I guess, the same as what we've done with Flick Flack, in that it's kind of like jump in, jump out. Like, you can just play it whenever. But yeah, we always kind of go back to the mini games whenever we can.
That is pretty awesome. It's kind of like all of your projects are like merging together in a way with that. If you've got
Somewhat,
games,
yeah.
yeah. So, do you have a favorite project that you guys have worked on? Not just the game show.
I mean, deep down in my heart, it's always
Yeah.
game show. If I had to pick something outside of game show, I would say even the Taskmaster series that we did
That's
a meet up a couple of years ago, and then finally came out earlier this year. That was just so much fun to do. And I mean, I was talking with Jamie, who's on the call with us just now. We love just doing, like, because we all love those kind of shows, like game shows like that, and Taskmaster is one of our favorites. So for us to be able to take that and make our own version, like as a tribute. I mean, this show is a tribute to the Nox Crew game show as is. So we thought we might as well do our own Taskmaster. Isn't that right, Jamie?
I cut out during like half that answer. Sure, I trust you. I trust you to answer.
I can't hear. If
with
he's
the right
asking me
sentiment.
something, I can't hear him. By the way,
no.
I'm struggling with that.
I think Grant
I could say anything.
was about to say something as well, and then you kind of spoke
Sorry,
over him,
sorry,
Adam.
Grant.
That's fine. I'm not the best at these panels. Yeah, I think one of my favorite projects is probably Heistmeisters, just with how complicated it is and the fact that we were able to do it.
I think my favourite project is the one that hasn't come out yet.
Oh,
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
Can't
Can't
talk about
talk
it
about
yet.
Oh.
Can't talk about it.
Is that the production one or the map one?
The production one.
The
Oh,
production one.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Slight hint,
It's-
it involves this man here quite a lot.
You'll
Yes.
see why I'm pulling this face.
Soon enough. When might people
Soon.
be able to hear about that?
We are hoping that we can sort of start to hear about that a couple of weeks after Cubed.
That's good to
Keep
hear.
an eye on
I'm
our
looking
YouTube
forward.
channel.
Yes,
Will.
And
on
socials.
Twitter.
Shameless
Yes.
plug.
Let's keep an eye on all of their platforms for news of that. So, the game show. Each of you, every single one of you, even the ones in the call, describe it in 3 words. Go.
Oh my god. Next. No. Wacky high-tech fun. High-tech's hyphenated.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
I was going to use
Thank
2
you.
of those words.
Silly, wacky, fun. Yeah, fun.
I said fun. To say something. You said 2 of my
said
words.
wacky,
Come
yeah.
on, Chelsea. You think
Describe
about it. It'll
what
come
now?
out. Describe the
Describe
game
what
show,
now?
Grant.
Describe the game
In
show
3
in
words.
3 words.
Bit of nonsense.
Bit of nonsense.
Ooh,
That's
you've actually
good.
made a little 3-word phrase.
See, I had more time to prepare my
did.
answer.
I'll give you a 3-word phrase. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is pretty good. I agree with you, Jemmy.
Technical debt. Help.
And Stuart, what about you?
Really silly show.
I like that
Yeah.
one. Really silly show.
Good one. I'd go for just bonkers, bonkers, bonkers.
It does end up
Take
bonk.
take the line from the intro. Wacky high-tech minigames.
That's literally what
Yeah,
I did.
wacky high-tech
That's what
minigames.
it is. I mean, our show last year at Cubes really proved that. I mean, like
it
coming down
was.
to the wire as well. Like we saw the video you guys reacted to Flick Flack in here.
That was absolutely electric.
It's one of the best endings I think we've had in any of the live shows, and I mean that's just like obviously I come from an esports background with this as well, and I compare it to sports and esports a lot.
Yeah.
It's I suppose it's the closest thing you have to like a Minecraft esport if there is anyone, but there is a lot of comparisons you draw to that, and the thrill of live sports. It never ceased to amaze. Like I mean, I follow a lot of sports outside
Well,
like normal
sports
sports and sports. I had to talk about it. Anyway, but that's the thing of like live shows. Anything can happen, and anything will happen, and hopefully we get more of the same tomorrow as well.
Oh, I think we definitely will, won't we?
Oh yeah.
So, you've got a lot of games in the show. What's your favourite?
You start.
Me?
Yeah, you haven't started.
Yeah, you start.
Oh.
Put you on the hot spot.
I think my
Very
favourite
good.
game is probably Aztecers, which is
that's
which
a
is
good one,
a
yeah.
cubed favourite. I'm pretty sure I played it in the first cubed show, and then it's returned at least once or twice since. So it's for anyone who hasn't seen Aztecers, it's a sort of like a capture the zone game. There's 5 zones around the map, and you've got to capture it and hold it for a certain amount of time. First team to win.
It's like capture the flag, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capture the point. Get
In
the hill.
set in a sort of like an Aztec temple, or in the
Yeah.
shadow of an Aztec temple.
I'm going to go with Wacky Pad, which was seen in season 1. So basically, teams are on a big platform, and you have a wacky stick. So it's a stick with knockback, and you just hit the mobs into the goal. And then what you have to do is try and get the mobs into like the bonus goal, so you get extra points, but it's thinner. And I love that one because it's embodies that kind of crazy mini game kind of style, but also there's a little bit of strategy to it because you have the spiders that only just fit through the bonus goal, so you always feel very, very happy when you get a spider into the bonus goal.
I'm going to go off piste. I'm going to say Temple Takedown / Tomb Takedown is my favorite. It's a game where you're welcome, Stuart. That's one of Stuart's games. But yeah, the idea is the two teams start on either side of this massive temple, and it's like you're filming it from like a 2D perspective, and they're racing towards the middle, and they've got like loads of challenges they need to do, buttons to hit, that kind of thing, and there's a race towards the middle to get who hits the pressure plates at the end first. I'm a big fan of those games. I had one very similar that I made way back in the day called oh god, I forgot what it's called. It's called Bank Break. Thank you. I was going to say Bank Heist, but no.
That was seen, wasn't it? Bank Break.
Yes,
Very
it was
early
Alive
show.
2.
Yes.
I think we were going over it the other day. But yeah, that game will never see the light of day again.
Aww.
Maybe a remake. A remake might be in the works,
Bring it to
but
Cubed.
who knows? We tune in next year to Cubes when we
For
might have
Bank Break
Bank Break
remaster.
2 coming out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of those kind of like race to the middle games.
They're always
I think we'd
good
have had to
fun.
start that like a year ago. I think.
Probably.
Cube 2026.
That game needs work.
Yeah, I've seen 2 years.
Yay!
What about you guys in the call? What are your favorite games?
I can go. The favorite that came to my mind immediately is Collect Floor. I love
Yeah, that's a good
the
one.
puzzle aspect. It's like a board game. Well, it has a board, and it's part of the puzzle of which slots are open, where goes what, and then the challenge of, do we have to do more parkour to get more same colored blocks, or can we take more of the closer ones and think harder of trying to get points from those? And I really like the teamwork, and just like the puzzle solving aspect of it. It's a chill game, and I always enjoy seeing it played.
What's fun about that as well, Collect Floor is one of a couple of Game Jam games which were built by David and Jammy, and basically they built a game in, I think it was a day, 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours.
12, even less. They built a game in 12 hours. So from start, which is like concept, this is the idea we're going to have, to finish of, okay, it may not be polished, but we can get 3 people like playing against each other on this, so 3v3. So I think that's really impressive, particularly for Collect Floor. I think out of the Game Jam games, that is probably the strongest.
What are the other Game Jam games, Jamie?
Hotspot, Collect Floor, Go Go Disco. There was a second. There
was another game jam.
There was a fourth Game Jam which was spawned from an April Fool's joke.
Oh, the Battle
which we called
Royale.
the Game Jam Battle Royale, and like I think at least 2 games came from that, and then were never seen again.
There was 3.
Was it 3?
We made Conquest. What was yours called?
I forget what it was called, but it was basically
Drop Off
Rainmaker
or something.
from Splatoon. Yeah, Drop
Yeah.
Off.
Then there was Onslaught, which was
And
kind of
Onslaught.
like a dungeon
Yeah.
crawl
Yeah.
type game.
I'm learning stuff here. I didn't know that.
You're the baby. You
before
don't
your
know
time,
all this
it's
stuff. We
before
didn't
your
know
I
time.
you
know those
got here.
names, but like, oh, that's where they all came from.
Yeah.
This is actually an educational
Yes.
session for you.
Very educational.
We're here to teach you all
Yes.
about the people you work for.
Yes.
So, honestly, listening to all of that, it sounds like so much goes into just making the games. How do you guys come up with the ideas for it? Like, how do you come up with like the games themselves?
I feel like the people in the call are
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
more suited to it
Roll
than
the
us.
dice.
are the people that make them.
roll of
We
a
roll
dice.
dice. And we
Stu, you want to take this one? You're pretty good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it really depends. A lot of the time, I mean, our server is covered with just concepts of different games. A lot of the time, it's one mechanic that someone finds super intriguing, and they'll start expanding on it. For example, Wacky Pad, which Grant made, it came off of another game. What was that one called?
Mosh
Grant?
Pit.
Mosh Pit, yeah, which was all about mobs and having to avoid them, and I think you had to like score them. I can't remember fully. I think
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was-
a bit more.
It was 2 of these boxed arenas next to each other with a very low wall, and teams could either shoot each other or mobs. And then the way that the mobs spawned is there were targets facing the other side. So that game had some issues, but I really liked the idea of the teams being in their own kind of cage dealing with mobs. And the one problem with that game was it snowballed too fast, because if you're dealing with mobs, you can't spawn mobs on the others. And once I was like, well, maybe the players don't spawn the mobs, the game does, And then instead of dealing with mobs, you just hit them and they go away. As simple as that. And then I love the idea of the knockback stick, which when I was in a survival server, I had another fun game where it was just like a grid with knockback sticks and you just threw each other into lava. I was like, that was fun. I'm gonna do that again. Let's do, I don't know, knockback 10 or something crazy. We get all these mobs flying in. It'll just be hectic. Some of the games, when you're trying to score points, it's like to maybe 15 or 30. Nah, we're going straight for 100. It's madness.
I think that's the thing with making games, is often it's like an idea, and it's like, what if we took game A and game B and like put them together, and like how that would be. A lot of games are like, it's this and this, like a little bit of that and a little bit of that. Some aren't. Some are like original concepts. It really depends. It varies a lot.
Yeah, it really depends. A lot of the games that we kind of come up with tend to usually either come from a madness of an idea that you don't think is ever going to be possible, and then it turns out it's going to be flick-flack. Or you have a really, really bad game, like one of our old games that was seen called Tempo War, which failed as a concept, but then spawned Pharaoh City, which we saw last Cubed, which was a super fun, super enjoyable game, and a lot more easy to understand as well from a concept.
The ideas kind of spawn from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah. I mean, like what Stuart was saying there is, like, we might have, you know, a particular game or a concept, and yes, we can build something around that, and then we end up playing it. It's like, oh, that could be a lot better, and then it can spawn a lot of other things off the back of that, like the Temple War and all that that he was saying. I mean, I suppose it's still true with the Nox Crew game shows as well. We still draw a lot of inspiration from there. I mean, and we have a lot of similar games. Like, for example, we have a lot of games that end in the word lock, because the original one from Nox Crew was Gridlock, and then we had Plus Lock, which is the same but in a plus shape, and then we have Deadlock is the newest one of that. Is there any other ones, Grant? Because I know that's your kind of game area, is the lock games.
Yeah, Line Lock went.
Line Lock as well, yeah, and yours missing one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Line Lock it turned into Plus Lock.
And that's a good example of the names are similar and the designs are similar, but the gameplay of all of those are distinct.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's almost like you've got a big box of Lego pieces, which are all different. They're all different, like, mechanics, and it's just about working out how you can kind of put them together in a way that doesn't jar too badly. And sometimes you'll get a new Lego set, and it's like, the Minecraft update gave us this functionality. And it's like, we can do this now.
Just gives you new toys to play with.
It's not a game, it's a game engine.
Yeah.
As much as Minecraft wants it to be.
Don't set them off,
I'm not allowed to talk about anything.
So, obviously, you've been here since 2020, since the Cubed Game Show. You've obviously done quite a few before. Favorite game show memory?
Oof, game show memory. I mean,
I've got one.
You go first. I'm going to rack my brain.
I've got one. Not having a sprint key bound, I think, it sticks in my mind.
Yes, Alice.
Every time now where we're doing parkour, we're kind of like, okay, but what if the player doesn't know how to sprint? Do you remember when we did this and this happened in sprint? Do you remember that time sprint lasted a really long time? Like, I feel like it's had a long-lasting memory, particularly with our like live cube shows. But as soon as you said that, immediately that came to mind, the sprint key.
I mean, it was a running gag for like a few years as well.
Yeah, it was,
So.
I still torment Alice with it as well. It's great.
What about you guys on the call? Anyone from here?
I've got a good one.
You go first.
But back when I was in uni, we were filming season 1. And during one of the live shows, I had some people in my room while we were filming it, watching my perspective from like the backside of tech, and I would spectate and watch it in game, and they all enjoyed it. And I just remember them being there. Yeah.
I've never known this.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Aw.
My favourite one is listening to Bob Ross while Jungle was playing.
Oh goodness!
Oh my
I feel like we
goodness.
need to provide
That's
some more
it. We need to
context to
explain
that.
You want to
that
tell that
one.
story, Stuart? You brought it up.
There was a slight mistake with one of the builds of the arena where basically a team could camp forever in a corner, and so we had these two teams in season 1 camping. That led to, I think, an hour and a half long game of
I think it was 50
Jungle.
minutes, or was it 50 minutes
What?
just
Yeah,
for the
I
third? Because
can't
it was best of
remember.
3,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the third
It-
one at the very least took 50 minutes. Whereas
So-
Hold on,
like
let me
our
just
games are
double-check.
designed to like last no more than 10 minutes or so each, like in total. This lasted nearly an hour and a half.
There was
So, Adam, round 1
Oh,
of
yeah,
that
Jan's
game
got
of
it.
Jungle lasted 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2 lasted 5 minutes. And round 3 then lasted the remaining, it looks, about 40 minutes.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
someone
yeah,
had to edit it as well.
so
Yeah,
Someone had to
I did
commentate
do that
over it.
episode.
So basically, during that last game, we were all sitting in the camera channel, basically banging our heads against the wall, getting really angry. And I can't remember where the idea came from, but I was recommended to put Bob Ross on my phone, and then suddenly we were all just listening to Bob Ross paint a picture. And that was our calming moment. And then like after that, there was a hard limit on how long a game should last, and if a game ever went over that time during testing, we threw it right back to redesign. Like we don't let games go over 10 minutes now.
And then the sprint key happened.
Yeah, that was Alice.
Yes.
Never forget the sprint.
Can I give
key.
you 2 memories?
Yes.
Both from our pre-recorded season 1.
Yes.
One was I can't remember. Someone will correct me who it is. I can't remember who the names, but we played Atlantis, which is a game where you have to open colored doors, and the
I
person
know
who
where this is
was
going.
looking at the colored doors was colorblind.
It was the lads.
Oh no.
Who was that? Said Jamie?
I want to say it was the lads, so it was Harrison, Bailey, and Tacey
Yeah,
Bacon.
Harrison, who is standing over
One
there
of our
to our
producers.
right.
Ask him. Ask him.
Harrison, who was it? He's staying Stum.
We forgot he was colourblind.
They forgot he was colorblind. So that's one memory, and just the realization, oh, he's colorblind. This is really funny. And then they had to play a tiebreaker, and they sent the same guy back in as well, which is even funnier. So that was one, and then the other one from season 1 was the ending of Bath Time. Now, if I won't spoil it, just in case you want to go to youtube.com/RASA_studios and watch season 1 right now. But the ending of that was the closest 2 teams have ever been, and it came right down to the wire. So I would recommend go back and watch that.
I don't know. The flick flack last year was.
Oh, that was pretty good as
Yeah,
well.
It's
yeah.
definitely my favorite memory. Speaking of which, I think we have some flick flack ready to go.
Oh, are we playing Flick Flack?
We are. We
Oh.
have some members of Cubed standing by, ready to
Oh,
play
yes.
flick flack.
People in the call are going to represent us.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Have you assembled your finest warriors?
We have assembled our
The
finest warriors.
Who are we got?
George and Callum, they will be joining you for flick
I
flack.
thought you
Alright,
said your
okay.
finest warriors.
Oh, they're being dissed. Not sure how they're going to feel about that. You may not hear.
I was watching the stream yesterday. I heard the call for Smack Talk.
And we have our very special Beatbox Crazy, who's joining us in the studio this year. He has also played the Noxsquad game show before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He will be
Competed
your...
against me.
Yes.
Big brain
I
boys.
lost
Big
to
brain
him.
boys.
Lost.
Big brain
No.
boys.
Big brain boys.
When you got 3-0'd and then
I think we got 3.
did you get 5?
we got 3-0 and then we won the
last two.
last two
Yeah.
games. I think they
Which
took
was so
pity on us
pointless,
by that
waste of
point.
time.
They were like, we've already won. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
After the
Let
whole
their foot
sprint
off the
key,
gas.
the sprint key debacle.
I think we'll never ever stop talking
Never.
about the
No,
sprint key
never.
debacle because it will just always be too funny.
Very, very funny.
But yeah, we will be cutting to a live demonstration of Flick Flack for people
Yeah.
to watch. So
While we
through
do that, I just want to point out, I'm looking at the server right now, and we have,
Yes.
if you've seen our booth, on the right-hand side, there's a few lines of text with some statistics. Mm-hmm. The server has only been live about 24 hours, right? Mm-hmm. There have been 3,042 games of
Wow.
Flick Flack played.
Wow.
Jesus.
That is
And
a lot.
25,795 times have traps been used.
Wow.
Insane.
What are you all doing?
Playing the
even
best game
24
on the Cube
hours.
server.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And do you know what? I've lost every game of Flick Flack
Have
I've
you
played.
actually? Oh, you gotta get some wins then. Come
I've
on.
got to try, but I'm not very good.
Hang on, Jamie, what's the statistic on blue versus yellow at the moment?
Yes.
1433 to 1604.
Oh wow.
Ooh, who's winning?
So yellow's in the lead.
Yellow's,
It's yellow.
Yellow is-
yellow's been in the
Yeah,
lead
that
since the
never
start.
happened.
Come on,
Yellow
blue.
seems to-
Come on,
Come
blue.
on,
Don't
blue
let me down.
team.
Adam, are you going to do your best commentating?
Do
while we
I
watch
have
their
to?
game?
Okay. I mean, I'll try.
Shall we do it
I'll
together?
try and channel Jimmy McGee. He's not here right now.
No. Channel Jimmy McGee.
I'll channel his energy as far as I can.
We will commentate live.
Yes, we will.
On the
I mean, you
spot.
are all joining me as well.
Are we?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you're on mic.
All of us commentate, and it will be absolutely
So
beautiful.
what we'll do is we'll just kind of go in the corner and
Yeah.
leave him to it.
Yeah, and I'll stop talking at one point and look directly at you.
I believe we are nearly ready for it. Producers,
Are we
are
gonna
we?
be looking
Yes. Are
through
we
the
ready to
Thumbs
go?
up.
We're ready to go. Wonderful. If we want to
Lovely.
switch to that camera for it, then. Lovely.
Here we
There
are.
it is. Look at that
go.
arena. It's beautiful,
Look
and
at this,
there
and
they
drop in.
go.
Wow, so we got 5v5. Obviously, in the show, it's 3 versus 3, but there's no limit on players here in Flick Flack on the Cube server. And is that a win for Blue already?
That is a win for
that's
Blue
how quick-
already.
That's how quick
They
these
heard
games
our
go.
cry.
There's
They-
quite a lot of people in that queue by the looks of.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the,
they're all lined up. They
Yeah.
want
Queues
to
people
get
are
themselves
going to
on
be
stream.
getting a little bit of help. I think they've
Yes,
got some
absolutely.
warriors to join them.
Which team are we on? Which team's RASA? Which team's...
I can't tell.
I don't think we've decided yet.
No.
Decided.
Rasa go blue, Cube
my-
go
This is
yellow.
very
There
much
we
in the
go.
moment.
Wow,
Massive
it's
noise,
just-
that.
That's
It's
So we-
absolute
we're going
chaos.
into
So
this next
the
game
buttons
now.
on this one, you've got
Okay.
the red platforms that disappear, and then you've got blue walls that
Cute folks, yeah.
block your path if you were to jump in the way. You've also got an arrow that spawns on your middle platform every 10 seconds or
It
so.
is 10 seconds, yes. Every 10 seconds, an arrow will spawn, giving you knockback. However, if you miss it, you are waiting 10 seconds again. And you can't see it on this arena, but some arenas, that middle platform will disappear or will have TNT on it, which means the arrow goes with it. So you've got to be ready for it.
So down to a 1 versus 2?
No,
or is
no,
it 2v2?
2v2.
That's
Oh,
all
one
one's done.
It's
Blue's down to
1v1.
1. I
One
think this
each.
is 1v1.
It is a one each. It's down to the wire.
Who's this on? Who, I can't see the names from this far away.
No.
Oh, they're using the... Oh, no.
Oh, blue team.
Come on,
Wins
the
it for the
blue,
blue
let's
team.
go.
Yeah.
We can't see any names.
Blue will always be my team.
Let's. Oh,
Joe,
absolutely.
fun fact, back in the Nox Crew game show days, yellow was the team that always won. Like, no
Yes.
blue team ever won a show. And then when we asked to go on, Noxsquad came to us and say, "Oh, what team do you want to be?" And we're like, "Yellow. I want to be yellow because yellow always wins." And they say, no, the other team's already picked yellow. You're blue then." I'm like, "Come on!" And then we won our show.
Yeah, you broke the
Yeah.
curse. Oh,
And
they're
then-
going again.
And then I got screwed out of it by Avondale. Thanks, Joe.
This one has ice, but I haven't seen this one actually yet.
Yeah,
No,
this
this
is
is new.
brand
This is a
new.
new
I think
one.
Jamie came up with this
Ooh.
or someone came up with it
That,
when Jamie
probably
was coding
David
it. So
and Grant.
Jammy came up with this one.
well, there you go.
Nice.
This one in particular is me, yeah.
Yeah, we've got some new arenas. So we've got some arenas that have been seen in the show version of Flick Flack, both new and old, but also some brand new arenas with some brand new traps, never before seen, come up with just for Cubed. This looks like it's one of them.
That is indeed as the
And we're going
Flick
to be having
Flack
some more.
in the. Oh, I'm trying to call it commentary.
Yet more
mode
again
there, but-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stuart.
If you guys all died, I cannot see you. Have you all fallen in the water?
I just can't make out anyone on the screen. My eyes are too bad.
I did see Jammy, but he seems to have disappeared.
Grant is. Oh, never mind. Grant died.
You guys on blue then, yeah?
I believe so.
Oh, Thumb's Fury.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, Bayfish is on yellow, so he is representing the office team right now. This is going to be a
This
long
is a
one. by the
really
looks of
tense
it.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
No
an
one's
interesting
really-
arena as well, I think.
this is very tactical.
It's a very. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Yes, we've
We've now
got
got-
Fraser down here.
Razor!
Yeah, he's getting some practice. And what an idiot! What an absolute idiot! Misses the
Oh,
jump. It's
Bailey's
1v1
gone. Bailey has gone for the cube
versus
team.
3.
Trollian has played
Trollian.
so many games of this. Trollian is carrying.
Oh,
That bayfish up the top there. It is in Thumb's
Bacon.
Fury.
I'm
Thumb's Fury's big
rooting
RASA
for it.
fan. I mean, who's that? I can't see the name on the.
oh, yellow team!
The other team take it.
The other team have taken that one. Well, that was very intense.
That's how quick these. Like sometimes the games go really, really quick, and sometimes they can just
Oh,
be
this
drawn
is
out.
fun.
This is
This is cursed.
Okay, so this is there is one trap,
Who can
and you
press
can
the button
see
first?
who is going to press the button first.
Quickest person
all
wins.
the platforms will drop when that one button is pressed.
Let's go.
Oh my god, there's so many people! Who won? I don't know.
Who won that one?
It's somehow a tie. It can tie if all.
So
if,
many people in that
That's
queue.
a lot
Yeah.
of people.
It's been so popular this weekend. It's been absolutely amazing to just stand at the side and watch people play.
I mean, we've had 3,000 odd games played. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
It's only been, this is only day 2. There's going to be
Yeah.
thousands more.
Here we
Oh,
go.
here we
Got a
go.
bunch of people
Oh.
coming in. They just know they're on stream. They want to be.
I can see Jamie. There we are. Jamie on the left
criticised by
there.
the
There's
by
Bayfish.
WBD.
Oh,
Oh, Fraser! Oh, what are you
Fraser.
doing, man?
No.
Fraser, you should know better.
no.
Come on. Thumb's Fury just
sorry,
jumped
sorry.
in. Jam, I
Jamie's
can
playing
see
this very
Jamie
safe.
coming around
Bailey.
at
He's
the
biding
back.
his time. He's waiting
Go on,
for that
Bailey.
arrow.
I believe in you.
You guys can see the guys over on yellow better than I can now.
Jamie,
These plungers
Bailey's
now are.
gonna get
I
that
know
arrow.
they were.
Watch out for
inactive
Bailey.
yesterday,
Oh,
but
no,
they're
Bailey's
active.
in.
Oh, it's 2 versus 1. Who's got it?
I want the underdog.
Oh, Jamie.
Three versus one.
You went, Jamie. Maniac
It's
Mario
3 versus
jumping
1. There's
around the
someone
back.
at the bottom.
Oh my goodness.
Someone was hiding.
From downtown.
Ruining the being has come into existence out of the blue
The surprise
and
one.
onto the drop
They are
platforms.
no match though. For I can't even see their names. Say, stop crouching. I can't read your name. Oh, and there's
Skanksar. Oh,
Tech on there
fires,
watching from the
misses.
sidelines.
Oh,
And
No,
Teddy,
this
Teddy's
is where strategy comes into it. If you're 1 versus X,
yeah, you
you
have
have to
get
be
that
playing
arrow.
so carefully.
Oh,
It's all about the arrow.
Oh, Jamie's down.
Oh my goodness.
But as Chelsea mentioned,
2v1.
this middle platform where you get the arrow does drop, so it's
Yeah.
a real risk to go there. It's rolling the being just spamming this button every time it comes up.
They
Yellow
were
is jumping
almost knocked off.
between very strategically.
Oh, they lost
Is
the
it
arrow.
2? Oh, did Jamie die?
Yeah, Jamie.
Oh,
Blue
no.
got it.
This is it. 3 team win.
No, that
Well
was
done,
intense.
Blue.
it is a very
is really
strategic
tense.
game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is
I mean, no,
absolutely.
it's really, I would say, fortunate that it was the final game to decide the game show
Yeah,
last
yeah,
it
last
was
year.
so good.
Because it can just go right down to the wire, and out of it's in the show it's 5 arenas, best of 5, so best of 5,
Yeah.
so you can play up to 25 games.
Oh.
We played. Oh, there goes
There
There goes our camera.
our spectator. But we
Too much
played.
flick flack.
That's fine.
But we played 24 out of 25 possible rounds last
Yeah.
year. That's how close it was, and obviously the last one going the distance as it did.
Yeah.
It is genuinely one of the best games that we have. Not to rub David's ego too much, but it is genuinely like it's been around for so long now.
Yeah, I think.
And gone through so many iterations, but we just keep coming back to it because
Yeah.
it's just so versatile.
I think it was a good game. We were debating between a few games to bring. I think we debated with like a version of Sprint, a version of Wacky Pad, but David was like, no, Flick Flack. Flick Flack's a good game. It's so hop in, hop out. The games are so quick, and we had a long conversation as well. Like, do we add a max player count? Like, do we want it to be always 3v3 or 5v5 or whatever?
I think
and we
with
came to the conclusion of no, big games are Flick Flack. They're just very fun.
Clearly, they're like, this is so much fun. Even as a spectator sport, it is just so much fun to watch. As we got the
We should bring
Spectator
this
back
into
in.
the show. One final game at the end, just as many players.
Yes.
oh, that would be cool.
Closing ceremony, just the world's biggest game of flick
Yeah.
flags.
We
That
get all the
sounds like it would be
contestants,
so
the fans
good.
team,
Yes,
all
the
the text,
entire office
commentators,
staff.
everyone.
Someone with a notepad, write that down.
Maybe
Absolutely got
we
it.
can't do it tomorrow, but
No.
maybe next year.
Maybe next year we'll plan the world's biggest game of flick flag.
That would be awesome.
Speaking of tomorrow, oh,
24.
Wow.
I think we need more than 24 to.
Haha,
Thank you.
hilarious.
Thank you.
What a reference.
Only like 3 people will get that, and I don't care.
Technically, they did succeed.
Oh, I can see our
Wow.
leader.
I can see Nathan, I
Mason
can see
immediately
Jamie.
fell
Yeah,
off.
Mason there.
And Mason.
Yep, I saw Nathan.
We've got a
Mason
mix
immediately
on
got
both
shot
teams.
I
off,
feel
and
like
Mason's
this
gone.
was supposed to be RASA versus Cube. The Cube like seem to have joined the blue team.
Yeah, come on, guys. They just want to get on the winning team.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. They've
Because
heard the
they're
good
getting
news
hammered.
about blue.
Jamie, what are you doing, pal?
Intense. Come on, Nate,
Oh.
don't let us down.
Phase through the wall. Yeah, this is
Oh, but
interesting.
Julian's on it. Oh, Julian! Oh, it's George! Oh, it's George! And he immediately fell off.
What are you
Someone
doing?
just jumped in.
Yeah, that was George.
Oh, George!
George. We have to have a word about that one. You're letting the team down. So, tomorrow,
Yes.
for people that may have not seen it before, we've got some first-time joiners. What can they expect?
Well, first of all, where have you been? For the past 5 years, at least, at Cube,
Hello.
in the 7 years that we've been doing this show. But what you can expect is a lot of high-paced action. Hopefully, it's going to be funny as well.
I think what you just saw there with Flick Flack, I mean, obviously it's
good
not going to be a
microcosm.
big kind of, 12v12 or whatever, it's a 3v3, but that, where we've just watched with Flick Flack, that's kind of the energy that we go for. Pick a team, root for your team, really push them on, cheer them on to win. Hopefully, Jimmy and Dennis will bring out the fun and the laughter.
I'm sure they will.
But it is just, it's nice. It's you sit down, you watch it, you root for your team, you complain when they don't win, you cheer them on when they do. And at the end, we've got that very special fans game as well.
Yes.
So obviously the fans, all they need to do is join our Discord, answer a question, and they're with the chance of playing that final game against the winners, whoever they may be.
Who's it going to be, guys?
Well,
You'll find out tomorrow.
yeah.
Starbucks crew. That's
versus
such a
that
tongue
Happy
twister.
Rose.
Versus that Happy Rose, yes. Will that Happy Rose manage to win for yellow and carry on what the fans started last year, or our Starbucks crew? Oh my goodness, gonna bring.
You're not the one that needs to commentate. Not that I'm commentating.
Gonna
I'm
bring
Jimmy
it
Billy,
back
obviously.
for the blue team streak. We don't know.
I'll have to wait and find out.
And I think as well, what sets the Noxsquad game show aside from some other similar sort of games and shows, and game shows, is that it's if I do say so myself, it's a very well produced stream.
Yeah.
Like you can watch the contestants' point of views, but really where the magic's happening is on our will be on this stream where you are right now.
Yes.
You'll get your commentators, your multicam, your live replays. It's a really well produced stream.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, this
yeah.
is Bez's script for the day, and it is
The magic in
like
here.
how
The
many
show's not scripted, by the way. This is
27
just-
pages,
not
which is if this happens, do this, and this camera is doing that, and like it's basically his little bible of how to run the stream. Like this is how high production.
This is all
it
the
is.
camera cheat sheets and
Yeah,
that's
everyone-
what the game's on. It's not. Oh no, I've dropped it. No, don't look at that.
Everyone knows exactly what they're doing. It's like a little mini
Yeah,
bible. The high
one-
tech production really sets us apart. I think.
And one person I'll mention that we've failed to mention somehow is Aaron, who is
Yes.
also here on
Yes.
site at the Cubed office. He's through in the next room setting up for the day because it is.
Yeah.
If you're able to see, I mean, maybe we'll put pictures on social media after the weekend's done, but the level of effort that Aaron puts in genuinely is second to none. He is one of the best producers out there going, and we're very lucky that we have him. He does his own productions with esports broadcasts. He's done boxing events at like Wembley before and that as well. So he is proper the mind you want behind running the technical side of the production, and obviously Bez, you work close with him alongside with that as well.
It's such a great. It's a massive team as well. There's 22 people, excluding the contestants, that go into making the show, from camera operators, commentators, producers, mechanics,
Help bots.
help bots.
Help bots.
Yes.
all this sort of thing. And this year, what's really nice, as with the last couple of shows, we have a lot of people that have maybe played in Game Show before that are coming back to help out. A lot of Cube people getting involved. It's just a really nice community of people that come together to put on this show, and we really love you all.
It's not just RASA. Like the people that make this happen, like, yeah, our name's behind it, but we do rely a lot on the goodwill of other people that have played previously, that want to be involved, that are friends of ours. Like, they show up. We've got our Blue Help bot shows up once a year to do game show. We never see him other than that, but he's like, no, I'm there to be Blue Help bot. And he's done that for years and years and years. So, yeah, it's not possible without those people.
And that's the thing as well, quickly touch on, but we do this off our own back. We do this because we love doing it. We don't make a penny from doing this show at all. But we just love doing it year after year, show after show, making it bigger and better every time. Like you said, bringing on more people. We've, in the last few years, so you mentioned the replay stuff and just all the live production behind it. It is amazing that we get this dedicated group of people. Couldn't ask for a better team to have on hand to make this show happen, and I'm just very glad that we get to do this year after year, especially here at Cubed.
I'm glad that we get to have you guys here. To be honest, it's absolutely wonderful every single year. Watching the game show is just my favourite part of Cubed, and it is just going to be an absolute wild ride tomorrow. Can't spit my words out, but tomorrow, Sunday, 5 p.m. UTC. Will the Starbucks crew
See, even you're doing it.
Will the Starbucks crew fulfill the tall order, or will the Happy Rose bloom into full bloom?
I
Very
think we're
good.
24 hours out as well.
Can you
I think
write
it's
that
exactly
down?
that.
Steal that, please.
Absolutely.
You write that
Of
down,
course.
please. Thank
I will
you.
write that down for you.
I'll hand
Tune
it to
in.
Jimmy.
Yes. Hand it to Jimmy for me.
Yeah, well done. I'll make sure you get it.
Yes, absolutely. Tune in 5 p.m. UTC tomorrow on the Cube live stream, and we will see you guys then. RASA, thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you for
joining
having
us.
us. It's been fun.
It's
Thank
been
you.
absolutely fantastic, and thank you to the people on the call as well. You guys have been absolutely
we're here too.
fantastic. Yeah, you guys are here as well.
They're here as well.
It was a pleasure.
You're here in
Disembodied
spirit.
spirits.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, I told you.
Yeah, so my favourite bit of game show.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Yes, coming up next, we will be having a Minecraft Lego challenge with some of our own in the studio. So stick around, stay tuned, and we will be right back.